what's going on, everyone? It's Paul, the 920 Trader, with 920 Trading and Trading Decoded. It's that time of the day again. We talk about what happened with both SPY and SPX. Now, at 920 Trading and at Trading Decoded, we are options traders. That's all we do. We trade both SPY and SPX. So let's get to the chart. Now, before I actually get to the chart, let's talk about what we were talking about in pre-market this morning. Given that tomorrow is CPI day, and generally speaking, CPI days have pretty good movement, we really didn't expect a whole lot of movement out of the chart today. But at the same time, we didn't want to carry that kind of a bias into the day. So we said, as we say every morning before the market opens, let's play what the chart gives us and kind of, figure it out at the end. Whatever happens, happens. That is really, truly the only way to trade, in my opinion. But yeah, so we didn't want to have a bias, but at the same time, we kind of did have a bias. But anyway, so here is how the chart played out today. We had a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful move right at open. And again, I, generally speaking, do not take the first play off the bat if my edge is not present right at open. Now, again, just kind of like yesterday, we had that pre-market cross to the upside. I didn't play it yesterday. I didn't play it today, but man, I'm telling you, that first move out of the gate, it was an absolute beautiful play to the upside. Didn't play it. We had a bunch of our members that did take that. Because again, as a 920 trader, we use the 9, the blue line right here. The blue line is our support going up, and it's our resistance coming back down. But again, I didn't take the trade. We got past, VWAP, we opened up right at VWAP, ran past, and then made a move back down, move up. I took this second play. So I took this initial cross, so this fresh cross back to the upside. It was a nice play. Took to the top. Basically, I was looking for this area up in here. I was looking for about 475.35. Didn't get there. Gave it a shot, but at any rate, it was a nice play back to the upside. Took the first cross down to the downside as well. Another nice play. Now, as a trader, you must realize that you are going to have wins. You are going to have losses. The key is to, number one, predefine your risk before you ever put on a play, meaning if and when the play goes against you, you are going to get out of the play 100% of the time. We don't hold. We don't hold on and hope that a play comes back and picks us up. We can always get back into the trade. If we can reconfirm back into the trade that we stopped out of, great. We will reconfirm and get back into the trade. I did have a couple of trades back to back that didn't work out. I took this cross back to the upside. It didn't work out, hence the kind of the frowny face on this one. Took this play also back to the upside. It didn't work out. So I took a couple of losses right in here. Now, they weren't big losses, no big deal. But nevertheless, those were losses. And again, as traders, we're going to take losses. It's just part of the deal. You have to be okay with taking losses. As a matter of fact, as long as you execute according to your trading plan, you must, and let me stress, you must celebrate your losses. And you celebrate your losses because you executed according to your trading plan. Now, if you're chasing trades, you don't want to celebrate those losses. You don't want to celebrate those wins either. But celebrate every time you execute your trading plan. You never know what's going to happen. We know two things are going to happen when you put on a trade. You're either going to make money on the trade or you're going to lose money on the trade. Every now and again, you might break even, but generally speaking, it's either going to be a win or it's going to be a loss. Now, I took these two losses in here, so I thought I'd just kind of settle down for a little bit, take care of the community, talk to the community, see kind of what was going on, talk people through trades, this kind of thing. I didn't take any of these plays in here. I took none of these trades in here. Now, we had this same type of setup yesterday. I called it the stovepipe hat setup. And we had it yesterday, if you guys remember from yesterday's video. It's not really a traditional head and shoulders in that, you could call it a head and shoulders, but the man has a very, very long neck, if that's what you're calling it. So I'm just going to call it the stovepipe hat setup. So here it was, happened yesterday, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to see if I can take this play back to the downside, see if we can go catch VWAP to the downside, and I did. So that was a really, really nice setup. Now, after that, we were 3 or 4 hours into the trading day at this point. So I thought, you know what? We've made our moves for the day. So I don't really think we're going to make any more moves. Now, that is a bias. That is all my fault. That was a failing on my part because that was my bias. Realizing, again, tomorrow is CPI day. I'm thinking, you know what? We've already had our moves. It's probably just going to consolidate for the rest of the day. And guess what? It did not consolidate the rest of the day. So consequently, I didn't take an entry. I had a signal. I had a good signal. We crossed to the upside. Could have very easily crossed to the upside and stopped out, which very possibly could have happened based on the conservative 920 rules. And again, if you don't have those rules, head on over to 920trading.com. The entire strategy is right there. Again, 920trading.com. But at any rate, I didn't take this play. Now, it bounced around. I think for about 20 minutes or so, we gained about 20 cents in value. Now, depending on where you're playing in the options chain, if you're playing at the money, 20 cents over or 40 cents over 20 minutes, you're probably not going to gain that much. You'll gain a little bit, but you're working against theta, particularly if you're playing 0 DTEs. So I didn't take this trade, and we punched through this the high of day, and all of a sudden it just it just ran up like crazy. It was an absolute beautiful, beautiful, beautiful play to the upside. It just ran. Very, very nice place to the upside. Broke down, and I said, you know what? I'm going to jump on if we can make another run back to the upside. So I kind of jumped this trade a little bit. Entered right here, 1439, took this thing to the very top, took it up. Just kind of seeing what we could get out of the play. I closed out this trade right in here at 1511. So I was in this trade for, 30 minutes, somewhere right around 30 minutes, 28, 30 minutes, something like that, which again, that's a pretty decent time to be in a trade. Now we got up, we topped out, and we kind of made this head and shoulders again. But let me back up a little bit at 1 o'clock. So let's look back at 1 o'clock today. Right around in here, we had a report that came out. It was the 10-year, I think it was a 10-year treasury yield, something. But at any rate, we had a report which can have a pretty big effect on the market. So at 1 o'clock, we're thinking, hey, we don't want to be in a trade. So nobody was in the trade. Anyway, ran up, ran down. Let me get back to where we are right in here. Okay, so we topped out, and I was talking to the members. Members were typing, I was talking. And I said, wouldn't it be something if we made a move, end of day move, liquidity search, and got back down to VWAP? And everybody, a lot of folks said, yeah, that'd be great. Another couple of members said, hey, it looks kind of heavy. And it was looking kind of heavy, but at the same time, I didn't necessarily trust it to the downside at that point. At this point, we had the POC, which is the point of control. Now, the point of control right now is here because this is where we closed the day, somewhere right around here, about 476.49-ish. But it was up in here. So we made this big double cross back to the downside, bounced around for a couple of minutes. Once we breached support, I said, you know what? I'm going to hop on this train again and ride it down. Rode it down for 2 or 3 minutes, and it was an absolute banger of a trade. So in trading, we realized that we typically take an escalator up and an elevator back down. So the moves down, generally speaking, are much better than the moves to the upside. And if you go back historically, you can see that very, very thing that's playing out. So every single day, escalator up, elevator down. Generally speaking, of course, so I guess it's not every day. Now, the next move down, I took a trade right here. Very, very beautiful cross to the downside. So here's the why behind me taking this trade right here. Again, about 1540. 4 or 5 weeks ago, we had this exact same setup where we ran up during the day. It was a nice run to the upside. And then it kind of dumped. And then we had another confirmation to get back in. Now, Once we confirm back to the downside, and again, this was, I don't know, this was several weeks ago. Once we confirm back to the downside, a setup almost exactly like this at the same time of day, it ran down $3 or $4. Now, did I think it was going to run down $3 or $4? No, but I thought at least we had a chance to get back down to VWAP, and it did eventually get back down to VWAP. Right before, look at this, right before, or right at the 350 candle, the famous 350 candle. So at any rate, kind of hit that target down there. I had my first target sitting down here at 475.91, 475.91, because that's where we kind of stopped the last time we moved down. But it kind of bounced around a couple of times, bounced back off that 9, back to the downside, and made its way back down to VWAP. Now, after this, we typically don't like to trade, that late in the day. We're getting really, really late in the day. And unless you get a pretty quick mover late in the day, theta will absolutely destroy you. For those of you that don't know, theta is the time decay of money. So the closer you get to the expiration of the option, which is the end of day, generally speaking, for options, on 0 DTEs anyway, the faster they lose value, and they'll eventually they'll go to 0. But at any rate, so we took these trades during the day. We had multiple crosses. The crosses played out very, very well during the day. We did have, again, we had a few periods or some time of consolidation. We had a lot of consolidation play where there just wasn't anything. And again, I took a couple of these small losses in here, which is a normal part of trading. Again, you're going to have winning trades. You're going to have losing trades. But the key to it is, number one, pre-define your risk before you ever put on a play. And once you are in a trade, do not watch your P&L unless you're looking for a late day scalp. If you're looking for a late day scalp, hey, scalp it, make your money, get out, wait for your next setup. So anyway, that's how it played out today. It was a really nice day. Now, tomorrow, we're really looking forward to tomorrow. Tomorrow is CPI day. We've got 3 different reports coming out at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, so about an hour before market opens. We don't know which way it's going to go. Could go up, could go down. But some of the biggest days out there are CPI days. So we're going to be locked and loaded tomorrow and ready for CPI day. We're going to be on starting at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Trading Decoded on our Discord. Now, if you guys like our videos, please like, subscribe, maybe leave a comment, and share the content that we are providing for you. Now, there's a link down below that you can join our Discord server. We do live trading every single day, bell to bell, every single day. So come check us out. We're going to give you that first week for free. Also, if you are interested, again, in the strategy, in the 920 trading strategy, head on over to 920trading.com. It's all there. There's no charge for it, folks. There's nothing. You can also sign up for our weekly newsletter. Again, no charge for our newsletter. No charge for the strategy. No charge for, obviously, the YouTube videos. No charge whatsoever. And in our live trading community, we're going to give you that first week for free. So if it works out, if you like what you see in our trading community, we would love to have you as a member. So I hope everybody has a great day. I hope this kind of sheds some light on what we do as options traders. It is it's an awful lot of fun, but it takes an awful lot of time to get where you want to get. But again, thanks for checking us out today. Head on over to, again, 920trading.com. Sign up for the newsletter. Like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hope everybody has a great rest of the day. And we will see you in the markets.